Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Get a Shift On, your podcast all about career change and career transition, helping you make the decision, helping you find the right path to your new career. Just me this week. I have no guests, but I'm super excited. My board is full of guests being planned in, and some of them are really very exciting and have some really good stories to share. As it's just me, I wanted to talk a little bit about my mission that I've released this week. That mission is to help 1,000 people leave the jobs they hate and do something they love. I just want to help people like you who feel a little bit stuck in their jobs. Now, it may be that you're looking for a way out, or it may be that you just need to have a conversation and see whether you can stick at what you're doing, but find a new focus and a new purpose within that current role. And both is fine. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. We all have dreams, we all have aspirations, and that is particularly so when it comes to our working life. We spend so much time in our life at work, so it's really important that what we do is happy. It also changes as we go on throughout life. We might start doing one thing and then lead on to something else. I started out in healthcare and now I help people make that change and that transition to a new career. And I've done lots of things in between, but it's taken me quite a long time to understand that that is okay and it's okay to have those different careers. In fact, I believe that our children, my children's generation, will probably have multiple careers. No longer are we in a place where we have careers for a whole lifetime. I just don't think that really exists anymore. Thank goodness there are people out there who will do a job. Thank goodness there are nurses, radiographers, and all other allied health professionals and support workers who stay in that role. Thank goodness for them. Otherwise, we would be really, really stuck without them. If you're unhappy in a job, though, it has an effect on everything. This week is Mental Health Awareness Week, and being in a job that doesn't suit and doesn't feel right can affect everything. It affects your own mental health and it affects everyone around you. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation of going to work and feeling absolute fear and absolute dread. I certainly have. And I remember sitting on the train, commuting into central London, just thinking, what am I doing? And feeling so miserable. I had chest pains. And actually, that's what got me in the end. And I left that role and moved to sunny Devon. So my mission of helping 1,000 people. Well, it's a good number and it's a lofty number. Are there 1,000 people who are unhappy in their jobs? Absolutely. Are 1,000 people who want to leave their jobs? Maybe, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure across the globe, and I want to reach globally, there are 1,000 people who are not happy in their job. I've set out that goal because I know that the hardest part of leaving a job is actually doing it, actually taking that first step to moving beyond the fear, the worry, and the what people might think. And I've written about that. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll see I've got posts about that, and my blog on my website as well also talks about that. Once you get over that and you find a way out, it's a whole different story and you feel so much happier. And it really, really does change the way you see your life, and people around you will notice that difference too. The hardest thing, as I say, is actually making that step to move forward and decide where to go. So my 7-step plan, my personal exit plan. We've all heard about businesses exiting and selling, etc. But why not concentrate on us? Concentrate on us, the people. It's my life, it's my job, it's my career. I want to exit and do something different. So I've got 7 steps in a personal exit plan that will help people through the stages. It looks at skills, it looks at value, it looks at what it's imagining you might be doing in the future. And again, I've talked about this before. My mission to help those 1,000 people is to offer that personal exit plan across the world for free. I don't want any money for that. I just want people to be happy. I want to be known as the person you can come to and I can ask, how can I help? What is it that I can do to help you get out of a job that isn't making you happy? Now, this all sounds very down, very dramatic, and very sad, but it really isn't. And I think there are so many people who are unhappy in a job and know it, but don't know how to get out. And for me, that's the sad bit. Leaving a job, changing a career is a positive step forward. It is a really positive action to take if it's what you truly want. And that's why at the beginning, I mentioned that actually maybe the conversation we have and the help that I can offer is just a reworking of your current situation. Not long ago, I spoke to a friend of mine who was really struggling in a job, and now he is feeling much better because we've given him a bit of direction, a bit of purpose, and it just changes that outlook. And sometimes that's all you need. But on the other side, it might be that you already have a side hustle. You have something else that you want to explore and you want to do. And if that's the case, the chances are you've been thinking about it for quite some time. If you want help with that, my personal exit plan will help you do that. It walks through the steps. You don't have to leave. You can start the plan alongside what you're doing. But that plan is there to give you some actionable steps to see what you can do, what's possible, and how best to move forward. It's there to guide you and show you what is possible. It's also okay if you don't know what you want to do, but you just know you want out. The step-by-step process will help you think about that. And when you've looked at your skills, which are easily forgotten, by the way, when you stay in a job for a long time and you do things on repeat day to day, you actually forget the real deep down skills that you have, and indeed skills you may have had in early life or a previous role. So we look through those and then decide where you want to go and what you want to do. As part of that mission, I also want to help adults get into careers that they may not have thought about. Why do I mention adults? There's a lot of organizations out there that help with careers and recruitment, but are quite often they are aimed at younger people, fresh out of education, fresh out of college. Well, that's fine. But if you've been a doctor or worked in education for 20 plus years, you need a different approach than a 25-year-old who's fresh out of college. And I want to help with that. I want to work with people who will offer you careers advice and even maybe a work placement, work experience if you like, but for adults. And that's quite different. What I want to finish up with though is just talking about why I'm offering this for free. My deep down burning desire is to help people, and I want to do that for free. Now, there is an argument that when you offer things for free, there is no value to it. But I don't believe that. I haven't believed in that for a very long time. People just need help and support. When you're struggling in a job, it's really, really hard. And the last thing you want to have to worry about is the financial implications of leaving that job. This is something, again, that I've covered in my posts and my newsletters and actually covered on previous podcasts. And it's a step in their personal exit plan because it's really important that you can afford to make that change. And it is possible to do it without a pay cut, but you have to have a plan. So the last thing you want to do is have to worry that paying me for a service that's going to help you. That's why I want to offer it for free, because you don't need any more added pressure or added worries. I want to empower you as an individual to make the right choices. I want to build trust with you so we can talk and we can have open conversations to help you move forward. And I want to challenge the norms. I'm sick and tired of faff and fluff and being led down a sales funnel. It drives me insane. And I don't want to be known for the sort of person that does that. I need to make money, don't get me wrong, and I will monetize certain parts of my business. But when it comes to the personal exit plan and the helping with 1,000 people to move on in their careers, there will be no charge for that. So what can you do today to help yourself? If you're not sure whether you want to leave your career or not, I will drop a link in the comments below to my scorecard where you can ask yourself a set of questions that will give you the answer as to whether it's time to start looking or whether actually staying put is probably better. You can drop me a message, you can comment, and I will get back to you. You can follow me. All of my links are below, and I'm more than happy. And my door is always open to have that conversation. I really appreciate you listening. I realize it's just me. I realize it's a short one, and I hope it makes sense. But my mission, as I say, is to help 1,000 people quit the jobs they hate and find something that they truly love. That is my mission, and that is my promise to you that it'll always be for free. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you. And please tune in for the next episode with some exciting guests.